Hi everyone, welcome to this week's live stream GuitarQuest lesson. So this week we'll be continuing with GuitarQuest 4 as you might expect. So before we get stuck into that, we will just recap a few things. So first of all, if you're watching this on a device that also has things that might ping away, notification, social media or whatever, let's turn those off so we get our half an hour dedicated guitar time. What else? If there's any children watching, then please, I'd recommend there's an adult in the room just to help explain a few of the ideas. And if you've got any questions or comments, please do fire away. We've got the chat function there. So you do have to be subscribed to comment. So yeah, hit the subscribe button and then ask away if you've got any questions. So that's that kind of stuff. And let's check our tuning now. So we'll start with the 6th string. We're going to tune it by ear, or I'll show you how you would do that in theory anyway. So we make sure our 6th string is in tune. I've already tuned mine, so this is just kind of making sure you're good with it really. So yeah, so this is our 6th string. So we make sure that's good. We know the 6th string is good because I've tuned it already, as I said. So now we're going to go to the 5th fret on the 6th string. This is our note A. So our open 5th string should sound the same as that. So we just compare those, and if the 5th string's a bit flat, you tighten it up, or if it's a bit sharp, you lower it a little bit, that kind of thing. And once you're happy with it, we play the 5th string at the 5th fret. That's our note D. So that our open 4th string should sound the same. So again, we know this note on the 5th string is correct, so we adjust the 4th string accordingly. Then we go to the 4th string 5th fret. This is note G, and this is correct now. And so then our 3rd string should sound the same. So we just adjust the G until we get it correct. Remember as well, when you're doing this, don't necessarily do that kind of thing, because you won't probably hear the difference between them. At least I find it easier to kind of do them a little bit slower, so you can sort of hear one and then compare to the other. You might be totally different. You might find you find it easier that way, like playing it fast. But that would just be my suggestion for now. So okay, so once we've got the G in tune, we'll go to the 4th fret. That's the note B. We play that, then we play the open 2nd string and compare it. Adjust the B string as needed, and then the last one we come back up to the 5th fret on the B string. That's the note E, and so that's the correct note now. And then the top E we just adjust as we need to, and then hopefully we're in tune. And then I would suggest we just strum a few chords. So we'll just try a few together. So let's start with the G, whichever option you want, as in with 2 fingers there or 1, whatever you prefer. So just strum it. Does it sound correct? Again, you're not just strumming the chords, you're trying to listen to what's going on, and does something sound off? If it does, then just go back and double check your tuning. And if in doubt, if you've got an electronic tuner as well, that's always great. But and that's how we tuned everything initially, on the first few GuitarQuest lessons. So we are just talking about tuning it by ear, so you've got that skill set, should you ever need it. So okay, so that's G. Let's try D. Hopefully it all sounds good. Perhaps a C. And let's try an E minor. So yeah, I'm happy with my tuning. As I said, I've already checked it anyway. So hopefully you're good with yours. And that's pretty much it in terms of tuning. So just a reminder in terms of posture, try not to let that guitar slip away, or as you go to play. Appreciate it's easier to see where you've got to put your fingers. However, you do have to work a bit harder. So try and keep it nice and upright if possible. Excellent. Okay, so over the last few weeks, or few GuitarQuest weeks, we have been talking about semiquavers. So what we're going to do to start with, like we've played in the last few weeks, is just practice playing the difference between crotchets, quavers and semiquavers. So we're going to play 4 crotchets. I'll just demonstrate. Then we're going to do 8 quavers and 16 semiquavers. So we're just going to try that together. So just on the top E string, and just making sure we're getting the difference in the timing and the speed of our fingers moving and stuff. Okay, so here we go. After 4, So 3, 4. So our crotchets, quavers, semiquavers, okay, cool. Okay, so let's try another string. So we'll go for G. Exactly the same, so we're just now in amongst the strings a little bit, so you might need to watch how far your fingers are moving away as you, like after you pluck the string, try and make sure this one's not kind of flying off or doing that kind of thing. Yeah, you'll probably be alright with it, but if you can keep them a little bit closer to the strings, then that's going to be better overall. So, okay, so on the G then, here we go. So 3, 4, and crotchets, quavers, and semiquavers. Cool, okay, so that is the first part of our warm-up. So good practice. If you found that difficult, just try and find time to go over it, and you'll soon get the hang of it, and things will start moving. So yeah, we're going to have a quick play through exercise 3 from GuitarQuest 4, obviously, part bench. So we've been over this a few times over the last few lessons. So watch out for the F sharps, and I think that's more or less it. So let's give it a go. So after 4 then, here we go. Okay, so 3, 4. So the second line. Back to the beginning. And the second line again. Third line. Carry on, final 2 bars. Okay, good stuff. So that was exercise 3. So like I say, one that we've played a few times before. So hopefully you're okay with that. As always, if it went well, give yourself a pat on the back. If you didn't, no need to panic or anything like that. Just try and go back over it. Watch some of the previous lessons where we talk about that in a bit more detail, and I am sure you will get it. So cool. Okay, we're going to move on to exercise 4 now. So this one we spent quite a bit of time on last week. So go over it in a little bit of detail, but not as much as last time. So we want to get onto some newer material. So the things to watch out for. First of all, we're in 4/4, but the very first bar that we see there is called a pickup bar, or anacrusis, as it says in the blue box underneath. So we've got 3 quavers there, which means we are going to come in on the and after beat 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we come in. And I should mention that is one thing I forgot to talk about in the lesson last week, is in relation to the backing track. You'll hear 7 sort of thumps before you come in, so it's like a hand clap. So you get a full bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, and then you come in. And the reason for that was just I felt like if we did only 3, maybe that wasn't quite enough time to set the tempo, so we went for effectively like a 2-bar count in, but coming in at the end of the second bar. So hopefully that makes sense. I put a YouTube short up about it as well earlier this week, so check that out as well. That'll be on my YouTube channel somewhere as well. So okay, so we have our pickup bar. We're in the 4th position. We get B to C and then back to B, and then we're going to get the A, 4th string 7th, and we're going to try and use our pinky finger. And I was chatting to someone earlier this week, so I've sort of been on about using the pinky finger a lot with this person, and they generally don't. And then they were trying to play something, and they were saying, "Oh, I just haven't got the strength of my little finger." And it's like, yeah, that's why we've got to try and, you know, not at every opportunity, but where it's appropriate, try and use that little finger, because it is the weakest finger, so it's the one that almost needs the most work and the most practice. So try not to do that and then stretch over with the third finger. Try and use the pinky, because it'll serve you really well in the long run. So okay, so there are our first few notes. We've got A down to G at the 5th fret, back up to the A at the 7th. Then we do our little positional shift up to the 5th position, and we're going to, well, you could bar, or you could just move your finger across. So C to the E, so you could bar there. G at the 8th fret. Then as we come onto the second line, we've got the F, 2nd string 6. So just change between F and E, and then D and F. And then the bar 4 there, so D is 3rd string 7th, F is the 2nd string 6th, so we know E is the 5th fret. So just playing around those few notes, okay, and then in bar, so we've got 5, got a couple of Ds, down to the D at the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then C, 3rd string, 5th fret. So bar 6 there, much the same kind of idea. And then as we come on to the last line, we've got our positional shift again, and we know that because we've got the Roman numerals 4 written above that bar, and so that's telling us to shift down. So we ended up at the end of the second line on the C with our first finger, so we move down to the 4th fret, we get the D with the pinky this time, and then we can get the A and the G on the 4th string at the 7th and the 5th frets respectively. And then bar 8, kind of similar ideas, and BCB, that's like our pickup bar, and then we go around again, work our way through, and then the second time bar, we'll just talk about that and we'll have a play through together in just a second. What's that bar? 7, 8, 9, we're going to go B at the 4th fret, up to the D, at the 7th, back to the B, then we've got another B, then we go to the G, 4th string 5th fret, G sharp, 1 fret up, 3rd finger, and we finish on the pinky at the 7th fret for the A. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. As I said, we went over this in quite a lot of detail last time, so that's a kind of a quick sort of crash course refresher, if you like. And so we're just going to have a go at playing through it now. We'll do the repeats, so watch out for those. Yeah, remember we've got the first and the second time bars, so as we come back round when we're doing the repeat, we'd skip bar 8 and go on to bar 9 instead. Okay, so let's give it a go. I'll just count us in 1, 2, 3 rather than up to 7. Just remember, if you play along with a backing track at home, there will be the 7-beat counting. So, but let's give it a go. Good luck, everybody. It's a bit of a challenging one. It's an important idea though, so definitely one to persevere with. So let's take it away. So after 3, okay? So and it'll be the and after 3. This will be 1, 2, 3, do 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 do, that kind of thing. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Little positional shift there. Shift again. Back to the beginning. 3. Shift again. Second line. Third line, positional shift. second time bars. Okay, cool. So, like I say, it's a bit of a challenging one, that. So, I hope it went well. Give yourself a pat on the back if it did. The thing with these kind of play-alongs as well, obviously because we're not in the same room as you, so we can't sort of practice it live together as such. So, you know, if you find you got the first bit but not the second bit, then, you know, hopefully you could play along with sections and then it highlights which bits you need to practice, and you can go away and practice them. Obviously this lesson gets uploaded anyway, so if the backing tracks are too fast, you can come back to this lesson, just find this part in the video, and then play along with like literally what we just did there. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you enjoyed it. You know, it's a bit of a challenge, but it's a good one. So lots of things that will be really common in your future guitar playing anyway. So okay, so we're going to move on. We've got the F and the F major 7 chords. So we talked about these the other week. So again, just a quick recap. We'll start with F major 7 because it's easier, even though it's got a longer title. So for F major 7, you put your first finger on the C, 2nd string 1st fret, middle finger on the A, 3rd string 2nd, and your 3rd finger on the F, 4th string 3rd fret, and you strum from the 4th string, so ignore strings 6 and 5, which are the ones closest to the ceiling. So we strum with F, A, C, and then we're going to include that open 1st string, which is the E, and that's the major 7 part of it. So that's our F major 7 chord. Hopefully you're right with that one. I would say people are usually okay with F major 7. It's F that people don't like very much, and that's what we'll get onto. So from here, we're going to flatten the 1st finger down, and you get that E on the 1st string becomes an F, and that's therefore the main F chord. I say therefore, we haven't talked about the theory of that much. We'll cover that another time. But anyway, that is the F chord. So things to watch out for are allowing these 2 fingers in particular to slope down too much, and you get that kind of sound. So try and keep those up on the fingertips. And as you do, watch out for this finger to make sure it doesn't come up onto the fingertip as well. So you've got to try and flatten that one and get these up on the fingertips. And that's what makes it really challenging. But it's perseverance. Like, if you're determined to get it, you will. So, but I do appreciate, of all the chords you learn initially, F is always the worst one for everybody without fail. So, you know, just persevere, like I say, and you'll get there. So, right, we're going to turn the page and have a go at exercise 5, which is a chord backing for exercise 4. And if you remember in GuitarQuest 3, we talked about the world's most common strumming pattern. If I demonstrate on an A minor, we went down, down, up, up, down. And in the first proper bar of exercise 5, it's basically that rhythm, except we're going to put an up strum in at the end as well. And this just kind of maintains the energy of that strumming pattern. So I would use these very interchangeably in my own playing. So, you know, if you're playing a song, you're just playing chords, someone else is singing or whatever, that's fine. Or you add the extra up strum in at the end. And it just has a little bit more energy. So hopefully that makes sense. So just to clarify in a little bit more detail, we're going to go down on beat 1, down on 2, up on the and, nothing on beat 3. So we practiced that bit before. So we talked about possibly saying the word ghost, as you're like ghosting past the strings. So if that helps, you know, to kind of mentally have something going on to make your hand move, so that you get back for an up strum on the and after 3, down on 4, and now this time we're going to do an up strum after it. So it's down, down, up, down, up. Or if we're counting, it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Or with the word ghost, it'd be 1, 2, and ghost, up, down, up. Okay, so hopefully that's okay. So we effectively, in this tune, we have a 2-bar strumming pattern. So we do that in like bar A, if you like, and then in bar B, we're going to go down, down, up, nothing on beat 3, and then just a down strum on 4. So to demonstrate on the first 2 bars then with our A minor, we've got down, down, up, up, down, up, nothing, down. Okay, so just play that again. In fact, we'll try it together. So after 4, just on the A minor. Okay, so 3, 4. So it's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, and one more time. Here we go. Same thing again on the A minor. Okay, so 3, 4. So it's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, so hopefully that's making sense. Again, give yourself a pat on the back if that strumming's going okay. And basically we take that pattern and now we just apply it to different chords. And before we do that, actually, there's one thing I just want to bring to your attention. So why have we got this here? And it's really just because of the pickup bar that we had here. So because exercise 4 and 5 are kind of like, this is 4 is the tune, 5 is the accompaniment. So on the tune we've got those few notes that lead us in, and that's what that space there is for. And that's just the way the program kind of works, like the notation program, I mean. So if that was to be written another time, you know, without having the melody as kind of part of it, you just wouldn't have that first pickup bar there, and you just come straight in on the A minor in terms of what's written. But obviously because we have got it, we want to be relating it back to the melody, and therefore we just need to know there's those 3 notes, and then we come in with a strumming. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. We're going to go on to the F chord now, so the one we were practicing a second ago, so barring across 2 strings at the 1st fret, middle finger on the A, 3rd string 2nd, 3rd finger on the 4th string 3rd fret for the F. Okay, and we do exactly the same, so we're going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And then we change to a C, same pattern. Hopefully you know your C chord by now. They're all in the back of the book though, so do check those out if you're unsure. So we come on to the C, same pattern again after 4. So 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, and then we change to the G. And again, remember we can do G that way with just the 3rd finger there, or we could do the 3rd and the 4th fingers, whichever you feel better about. Same pattern again. So after 4, here we go. So 3, 4. At which point we go back and repeat. And then a second time bar, we've just got the G's, so exactly the same. And then the final bar is just a single strum on an A minor. So let's give it a go. Yeah, good luck with it. A minor to F, that's probably going to be the challenging one, so just do your best with the F chord. When you're there, remember to get to C. All you really need to do is get that 1st finger up on the fingertip and move these 2 over. So remember, spotting any commonality between the chords is going to help with your changes. So however you can view it and think about it, then, you know, anything to help basically. And then C to G, that's just a complete change. So there's nothing really that's common between those 2. Let's give it a go. So I'll count us in. So we're just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we come in with the A minor. Okay, so good luck everybody. Here we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. To the F. Down, up, down, 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 up, down to C. Down, back to the beginning to our A minor. To the F. To C. Then on to the G. Time bar and the A minor to finish. Okay, cool. So hopefully that went okay, or better than that, hopefully it went really well. Let me know how you got on. I suspect the F chord is probably going to be the most challenging one in there, yeah, like I say, perseverance is going to be your key with that. So let me put the track on. So if you go onto my YouTube channel, and we've got the backing tracks and that there. When you come to this one, obviously it's going to sound very similar to exercise 4, but what I've done is just raised the chord playing in the background up a little bit, so it's a little bit more clear to hear, a little bit clearer, I should say. Let's pop it on. Hopefully you can hear the difference, and remember we're going to have that 7-beat counting as well. Just listen out for that as well, and here we go. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, jolly good. So that was exercise 5. Hopefully you could hear like that chord playing was just a little bit louder to make it easier to practice along with. So it's all about that F chord probably. It's, again, a little bit of a challenging one, but F is, again, like all the chords we've played so far, one of the most common that you're going to come across. So particularly any songs in the key of C, F is going to feature quite a lot. F in itself is quite common as well. So if you have any aspirations of playing like with like brass players or anything like that, they tend to play a lot of keys that have flats, and F by its nature has a B flat in it, so it tends to crop up in those kind of keys as well. So it's definitely one to get familiar with. So okay, I think that's probably going to be a good place for us to finish up today. So there's not that many things to practice, I don't think, this week. However, what there is, or the exercises that we have got, there's quite a lot of content within them. So persevere with those. So my suggestion would be, so we'll keep going with our warm-up of the crotchets, quavers, semiquavers kind of idea. Try it on different strings, different notes, that kind of thing. And then we'll have a go at exercise 4 again next week, and exercise 5, and then obviously we'll aim to get on to exercise 6 as well. So that is, as I say, a good place for us to finish up. So if you enjoyed the lesson, please do give it a thumbs up. If you know anybody that you think might be interested to take part in this course, we're up to lesson 70 now, believe it or not. So there's a lot of lessons now, which all lead you up to this point. So they're all on my YouTube channel, so just go back and check those out. If you want to record yourself playing them, then please do so and share them with me. I'd be interested to see how you're getting on. So, but that aside, that's pretty much it. So, very best of luck with all the practice. Have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week, and we'll again get on to something new. So, take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.